beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of August right through to the end of September 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details, and I will never give you a cell phone number to call either, okay? So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your career reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. Now, just to let you know, your influences this reading will be from your 3rd house, and that's all about study, higher learning, and also quick trips. So you may take a quick trip for business, perhaps. It can also be about learning more about your craft. That's where you will feel compelled to connect to in your chart, learning a little bit more. So I'm not surprised you've got the owl there, okay, which is all about wisdom. So, and we've got the heart there, which is all about connecting to things that you love doing. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, also, this time period, it's all about you connecting to your soul tribe, your siblings, your family, your folks, if they're still with us, but also friends and sort of like your soul tribe, okay? People who really matter to you. Oh, they want me to stop there for that. So this will see you communicating better with those people. May also get signs from people who are in spirit. Because of that 3rd house, there is a deep connection and a bond. So you'll get images or signs of like a penny. They're actually showing me like a penny right now. So look out for that. A penny in unusual spaces. The veil between worlds is thinnest in this latter part of the year. So it is the time period that we most see signs from those who have walked before us and are still with us, guiding us along our way, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? We have some changes occurring in your career. This is about you connecting to your heart space. Now, Cancerians, I always say this, it's not that you're not ambitious, of course you are, but you're more, you connect to things that you love doing, you always follow your heart, and you always do it for a purpose of helping others. Okay, so for example, if you are doing a career that you love doing, you're always thinking about how it benefits you and your family. It's not just you, you're very selfless, okay, is what they're showing me, and it's very admirable. So you may feel a lot of responsibility sometimes. You know, that Hierophant there really sort of sparks of responsibility. We've also got the 7 of Cups, so you definitely have, I mean, you got the Lover's card there, which is a choice card. The 7 of Cups is actually called the choice card as well. We've got the Strength card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. You've got the 9 of Flames. They want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much. And we've got the Ace of Feathers. Interesting. Okay, so for some of you, if you are connected to a Virgo or you are married to a Virgo, perhaps there's a similar energy coming through of some choices of, you know, career choices going on there. Or if you're thinking about retiring with your partner, there's a similar vibe going on because they also got an Ace of Feathers as well. But that's only if you've got, you know, either Virgo in your chart or you're connected to a Virgo in some way. There may be something relevant in that reading for you also. But let's connect to your chart. We've got the owls, okay? Now the owl, of course, is about wisdom. It's about knowledge. And it's also about working really hard in silence, you know, not really peacocking yourself, not really sort of shouting about your talents. And you are very talented. You've got the magician to start. So you are very creative. You are the creator of your destiny. And you have a lot of power that sometimes you don't even realize you have, my beautiful Cancerians, okay? You're really gifted at what you do. And that in itself is your superpower. It is your strength, okay? Now, some of you with that Hierophant, this is a call for higher learning. This is a mentor. Some of you may actually put yourself on a course of learning during this period, especially because of your third house, and also because the cards are coming out, the Hierophant, the Owl, which is all about knowledge. But in the Lenormand deck, the birds, the owl number 12, of course, is all about community, coming together, a gathering. So some of you may put yourself on a group session to learn something new about your craft, or you're learning stuff online in the community. So for example, you may be looking up YouTube videos, things like that. That is a very large community of a body of knowledge from other people shared down to each other. So I feel like this is a time where you're looking at new skills. You're looking at enhancing the skills that you've got. So you may feel called to do that, but they want you to be aware that actually you're very talented naturally. You're gifted at whatever it is that you do, okay? And you've got all the skills within you to actually create changes in your life that make you feel a little bit happier, because we've got the heart space, we've got the Lovers, and we've got the Seven of Cups here. So I feel like part of you has felt a little bit like disconnected recently from something that you normally love doing, or you feel a little bit like low energy or just lack of motivation recently, because those cards are in the resistance position. Some of you may have left your work or thinking about leaving your work, and you're sort of, it's almost like you're sourcing what's out there, seeking what's out there, having a look, maybe even on the sly, because owls, you know, they're very wise old owl, the saying goes, sees everything, says nothing, okay? So they're really connecting to this energy of you observing, but also planning. So some of you maybe, you know, you've put your resume out there to find new opportunities online. And if you've already done that, you may be keeping that, you know, on the down low from people that you already work with. With the Owls cards, this is about strategy, planning, and I feel some of you may even reach out to those around you saying, hey, you know, as in like friends or family, and saying, you know what, I'm thinking about leaving a position to get something better, or to do something that I love, that really vibes with my heart, if you're not happy where you're at, okay? But this, if you're happy where you're at, I feel like you're trying to learn new skills to keep your heart and your passion alive within the workspace. I feel like you're trying to keep things interesting. And you may be checking in as well with yourself to see if you still love what you do. Okay, because I mean, this is all about choices in the heart space. I feel like you're looking at other opportunities to see where you can change things in your working life in order to, one, earn a little bit more money, but two, really do something that you love, okay? Now we've got the Magician. So this is all about focus, but it's also about power. This is your protagonist energy. You're very good as a team player. You always think about other people. I mean, this card is all about community and caring about others, you know, and connecting to friends and family and that sort of thing. I would be a little bit mindful if there's any gossip at work, my beautiful Cancerians. Don't take part in it, because you never know who's listening and who's reporting. Okay, they just want you to be aware of that, okay? Because there's someone in the group, they're indicating, who is hearing everything, not really connecting to the gossip, if there is anyone who's gossiping about stuff, and they're like listening and reporting back. So I would be a little bit careful about that. It's not that you're not a gossip, my beautiful Cancerians, but if you hear anyone saying anything, don't take part in it, okay? Just be mindful, because it could be detrimental. I feel it goes to, so if you work in an office, for example, it goes to the powers that be. It goes to the higher ups. So just be a little bit mindful of that. If there's any drama, you don't want it to taint your working name, okay? Now, the Magician card is all about how talented you are, the gifts that you've got. You've got a lot of skills, and you are also building confidence in the area that you work in, and you will accomplish great things, but focus is important during this month in particular, okay? So you'll be very productive. If you come up against any obstacles, you'll find creative solutions to overcome those obstacles, and you're in a cycle of doing, okay? When you get the Magician card, also, this is a card of capability, taking the initiative, using your skills to accomplish your goal, and be very successful. This is a card of using your talent. And, if there's anything you feel like you lack or you do not have at this moment in time, I feel like you're putting yourself on courses of learning to add more skills to your bow, okay? Especially since we've got the Hierophant there. Now, some of you, you may connect to a mentor, as I said, or you may look at videos online of how to enhance your skills, to put yourself in a new position. I feel like you've got a lot of ideas coming in here that will actually help change you and change your position. I feel if you're thinking about leaving your workspace, I feel like you're not just taking a leap of faith and not having something to go to. I feel like you're being cautious, which is the right way to be, to find something before you move into another area. The Hierophant also indicates that the people in power, whether it's a CEO that you work for, is noticing your skills. They're talking about you behind the scenes. There is this energy here of people talking behind your back in a really positive way. So that's why if there's any gossip going on about something juicy at work, don't get involved in it, because people are noticing your skills and they want to elevate you. But if they see that you're part of petty squabbles, or they see that you're part of this gossip thing, I don't know why that's coming through, but it's obviously coming through to sort of let someone know. They're saying it puts a little bit of a dampener on how the people who want to raise you up look at you. Okay, so just be mindful. I mean, we're all human. Juicy gossip, sometimes we want to hear it, right? But I feel like listen to it, but say nothing and just keep it to yourself, okay? Until like you're out of earshot from anybody that you trust, or you don't trust rather, okay? Now, also the Hierophant is about taking a traditional route to do something. So you may actually decide that, you're working really hard, you're really focused, but there is only one way to achieve a goal that you want to. So for example, if you want to go higher up on the ladder in your career, you may have to get a certificate, for example, or do an exam or something like that. So I feel like you're looking at traditional routes of how to get to where you want to go. But there are a lot of options open to you, okay, which you have to make some choices on. The Hierophant is also a card of having faith in yourself and knowing that you will get to where you want to go, okay? This card is also about teaching. Some of you may actually decide to leave where you're at and go into teaching, or you may be a teacher, but you're changing the way that you operate. I feel like you're responding differently to difficult circumstances, and I feel like you're believing in yourself and having the confidence in your skills to get to where you want to go, okay? Also, I feel if there is a very strict system where you're at, where you work, because you got two major arcanas here, okay? So I feel like you're shaking up the system with your skills. You're doing things in a very unique way, in the way that only you know how to do. So I feel like it puts you in a very powerful position to remain in instability, okay? Also, if you're looking to sort of set up your own business, I do feel like, you're learning how to do that, or you're gathering knowledge before you make some major changes. Because we've got an Ace of Feathers here, this means you've got really great ideas and you've got clarity as well of mind. So I feel like you're actually very intelligent and you're weighing up your options about setting up either a new business or a second stream of income. Because when we've got the Lovers card, that can connect to two streams of income, that duality of that Gemini energy. So some of you may be trying to focus and learn about how to start up your own practice or start up your own business, or maybe you already have your own business, you're an entrepreneur and you're learning how to expand in another area of your career, because I see expansion for you, okay? We've also got the Heart, and this is in the Resistance position, so it's like I got it in the reverse. Everything in this pile here, it's like we got it in the reverse, but in the next 4 to 5 weeks, this will turn around and you will change the energy, especially since you've got the Death card there, which means you're shaking things up, you're changing things and making it more positive. Now, if you felt a little bit disconnected from the heart space, or you felt like your heart wasn't in it recently, and that's not like you at all, my beautiful Cancerians. You put your heart and soul into everything, into friendships, into career, into love relationships, into everything. You care so much. You're so sensitive. So for you to have felt a little bit disconnected from yourself, or a little bit like you've been neglecting your own needs recently, I feel it's important to connect back to that heart and listen to your heart. It does whisper, it does have something to say, but sometimes we've built a very loud society where we're bombarded with information, We're bombarded with noise, loud cars, loud airplanes, loud everything, that sometimes it's very hard to find silence in order to connect to your heart space. So remember, take some time out. The Hierophant can also connect to sort of higher level practices like connecting to source, meditation. So I feel like your focus is necessary in the month of September or August going into September. I mean, the owl, their eyes are so piercing. It's like, keep your eyes open, keep focused, and you're going to be very productive. You're going to accomplish great things. Your heart will be reconnected, okay? It's number 24. When you reduce it, 2 + 4 is 6, of course, and that is all about balance and harmony and love. To love what you do, to follow your heart. It is no accident that the Queen of Cups is actually a Cancerian card, and she follows her heart. She's protective of her dreams and her goals. So I feel like you're not giving up on something. I feel like you're actually either doing a lot of multitasking or you're connecting to something that you love doing, and you may even partner up in business, for example. Some of you may actually decide to partner up with your partner, who may be a Virgo, your spouse or your partner. You may decide to set up a business with somebody that you really trust. Doesn't have to be a partner if you're single. It can be a friend or a sibling or something like that, because of that third house influence. Now, because the Lovers card is in this position, like I got it in the reverse, some of you, you may be focused on, if you're going through a breakup or some sort of personal sadness right now, or some sort of separation, you may be a lot more focused on that than work. Okay, so of course that's going to impact the way that you operate over the next couple of weeks, but I feel like a lot of you are trying to use work in order to not focus on the sadness. Okay, now not everybody's going through a breakup, of course. There's only a small percentage of energy there that's going through that. But some of you, when we got the Lovers card in the reverse, it can mean that there's discord or disharmony at work. You may feel that some people at your workspace are making bad choices and they don't resonate with your soul, and you're wondering, do you still fit in this place? Okay, the Lovers card is like breaking up with something. So it can, in this position, so it can mean that you've decided that where you're at, it's run its course in terms of your career, and you're deciding to go into something new, because we got the Death card there. It symbolizes change. So if you're staying where you're at, you're certainly changing the way that you operate in your workspace. And I feel like, because you're so caring and you're so productive and you're so talented, sometimes people may take advantage of your skills, and they may give you extra work because they feel like, oh yeah, Cancerian's got it, and they're so nice, they'll just take it, they're just gonna do it, and you're like, oh MG, they're just like piling loads of work on top of me. I feel like the way that you operate is changing, where you're being a little bit more diplomatic, but you're saying no. Oh, unfortunately, I'm so busy right now. I can't do that. But come back to me next week, and if I've got some time, maybe I'll be able to help you out. Thanks so much. So I feel like you're going to find a creative way to say no, or to stop people from taking advantage. Okay, now the Lovers card gets turned up to this by the end of the month. So this means you being in balance. If you felt a little bit stressed at work, or you felt exhausted, or you felt like your heart hasn't been in it, I feel like that passion, that motivation, it returns, and you connect to the things that you really love doing again. Okay, now this could be that you have been on the sly putting your resume out there, and an interview comes up, and you find a company that you love, or a brand that you really want to merge with and you want to work with. So there could be a contract available here for you to sort of you merge with a partnership. But it could also be that you're setting up a business. For example, even if you're going solo and you're setting up your own business, you may have to register your business name, or register a partnership with a bank, so you've got a business bank account, that sort of thing. Because we've got the Hierophant, which is all about institutions, it can mean that you're actually pairing up with institutions to solidify a business idea. So I feel this is all about your ideas and them manifesting, and you doing what you truly desire. I feel like you're moving forward. As you can see, there's two figures there on a cycle, and I feel like they're moving forward. Okay, I mean, there's even 3 there. And this is not a love reading, but I feel like this is people coming together to support. So whatever new ideas you have in your career, I feel like those who care about you, they actually really support you. Okay, some of you may actually how can I put that? Because we got the 7 of Cups here, and this is about choice. It's about using your imagination. It's about getting what you truly desire. Whatever you think about, you bring about. So remember, my beautiful Cancerians, we often deserve more than we want. Okay, that came up in a reading the other day, and it's so profound. It's coming up again. We often deserve more than we actually want. Okay, so remember your worth, my beautiful Cancerians, when it comes to every aspect of your life, not just career. But as you can see, the Seven of Cups here, we've got a ship sailing, and the eyes, there's lots of eyes there in that. So I feel like there is an opportunity just on the horizon. You have a couple of opportunities coming on in here for you. When you get the Seven of Cups, this is about visions, being a visionary, your dreams, but it can also be about your desires and your fantasies. So it's almost like if you're not happy where you're at and you really feel like your heart and soul's not in it, don't just jump ship, okay? Check out what's available, see what's around you, and be like, you know what, I'm going to build a plan, and I'm going to strategize my exit from this place and embrace something new, because I feel like you're actually leaving something in order to go into something new. So for example, some of you may actually stay within the same working environment, but you may get a raise or a new title or a promotion, or some of you may move to a different department, or some of you may actually move physically to like the sister company of wherever you work in order to be seconded, to another environment. So I feel like there's some sort of change, but there is a choice. The Lover's card used to be called the Choice card, and the Seven of Cups is a choice. And I feel right now in the Resistance position, you're kind of looking at the cards like this, which means you don't feel like you have much choice available to you right now. But as we move through the next 4 to 5 weeks, there's a lot of opportunity being available to you, okay? And I feel like some of you are going to be tapped from your boss or from someone to say, you know what, we think you're doing a really great job. Would you like to elevate? They're watching your work, okay? And they're watching your intense focus and your attention to detail. For those of you who are in your own career, or you're an entrepreneur, for example, I feel like you have some choices available to you about who to partner up with in terms of brands or companies. But it's also about allowing yourself to visualize all the possibilities, because the Seven of Cups, there's so many opportunities on that, and it's like you choose which one you want to connect to. The one you focus on is the one you will be successful in the most, okay? Because wherever your attention goes, that's where success flows. So it's very important to remember that about focus. If you're focusing on love, because I can see here that love has taken a bit of a back burner for a while, and you're more after a period of maybe, having been influenced by your heart or love, I feel like now your focus is truly on your talent and, learning more about your skills and sort of bossing up. Whereas before, you may have had like a bit of a distraction. Some of you may actually use work as a distraction from something else that's going on in your personal life. I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Cancerians, if you're going through radical changes in your life. We all are, of course, collectively. It's a very difficult period that we're living in. Everything's inflating, people's egos, people's bank balances that normally, in terms of like CEOs of big companies, that sort of thing's going on, where mere mortals who are struggling to pay bills and make ends meet and even feed themselves, it's just a very disgraceful time that we're living in terms of humanity. So I understand it is a very difficult period out there, but you may be looking at the things that you love doing in order to bring more peace of mind into your life, but also to find a way to build more money. So for example, second streams of income may be something that really is in your mind. You're looking at your talent, but also you're looking at what you can make from the heart, what's important, and how you can use a skill that you've got in order to build financially, okay? We've got the outcome energy as the man. Now the man, male or female, not a gender specific reading, it's about action, okay? It's about taking the initiative to take action. So I feel like you are moving forward, you're making the changes. These changes are not just happening to you, my beautiful Cancerians, you are happening to life. You are making the changes. You're in control. You've got the Magician card there. You're in control of the changes. So the fox indicates you're being very clever. You're strategizing. You're putting yourself in a very good position. And foxes, they operate under difficult circumstances and uncertain circumstances, and they manage to thrive and survive. So I feel like you are putting yourself in a really good position. The fox is about strategy. It's about being clever, and it's about using your knowledge to be able to find balance, but also some of you may be like re-examining your priorities as to what's important. Okay, and what by that I mean, you may be looking at cutting out things that you buy that you feel are not really important, not necessary if you're struggling financially. Some of you may be cutting out outdated work practices and implementing your new knowledge that you're getting here. So for example, if you're putting yourself on a course of learning and you just learned how to use a spreadsheet, I mean, I'm not very good with computers, okay, or spreadsheets or things like that. And I always have a friend that's like, who will help me out with a spreadsheet if I ever need one, which I really don't need one much in what I do. But they're always like, you should really learn this. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I tried to learn it, and now I can implement like bits and pieces. I'm still not the best. I can enter a number, right? And, it's standard. But, for example, the new knowledge that you will be learning, you can actually change things in your day-to-day working practice, and I feel like you're impressing people, or you're actually impressing those around you, or even yourself, most importantly impressing yourself at the skills that you have got and how you're implementing them. Okay, because you have skills that other people do not have, my beautiful Cancerians, and you are a natural born leader as well. Magician card is about taking charge, focus, and we've got the man there, which is a position of leadership. Some of you may actually get a tap from a CEO, and they want to elevate you to a higher position, a leadership position, or a position of more responsibility, especially with that man card that connects to the Emperor energy. Whichever direction you're headed in for success. Okay, but I feel like you are the sort of person who is perfect to be a leader because you've got such a beautiful heart. And that's why I mentioned the leaders of certain companies that are getting lots of extra bonuses and things like that whilst everyone else is struggling, because you wouldn't be that sort of person, my beautiful Cancerians. You've got a heart, you've got a soul, you've got integrity. So I feel like you care so much about people that you would be a really good leader, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, some of you, if you are setting up your own business, you're awesome at what you do, and some of you may actually gravitate into spiritual practices, especially that Hierophant. You may have a lot of gifts in like some of you may be psychic, actually. I'm picking up on that. They're actually showing me a magnifying glass right now. Magnifying glass. So a magnifying glass is someone who takes closer looks. They pay attention to detail. They keep their eyes wide open. You see everything. Okay, but this may be something like investigative work or something like that that's coming through. I mean, I feel like it's a symbol. In the next 4 to 5 weeks, you're going to see a magnifying glass. Okay, so I mean, if you've got one at home and it's sitting on your table and you just glance over and it's there, I mean, that could be the symbol, but I feel it's more like you're going to see it in an unusual place. Like you may be walking down the street and someone has left a magnifying glass on the street. I know it's so weird, but those things, my guides show me them and I'm like, that's so weird. No one's ever going to see that. And then I get loads of comments saying, OMG, I just saw that. Even myself, I'm like, oh, no one can ever see that in the street or anything like that. And then I go and see it myself. Like a couple of weeks later, I was saying to the group that, there was an image that came up in the water of a piece of puzzle, a puzzle piece that will be just randomly in the street. And you will find that is a symbol from your guides that you're on the right path and there's good news coming. So, all these people were saying, I saw the puzzle piece and I was like, wow, I love it when my guides are just bang on point. And then a couple of weeks later, I think it was nearly a month later, I went to visit my folks and I too saw a piece of puzzle on my, I was just walking down the sidewalk and I was like, what? So I took a photo because I wanted to show the collective that even some of the messages are for me, even though I'm channeling for you. I cannot read for myself, but sometimes when I'm channeling, those images, they stay with me too. And I'm like, I see them on my journeys. So it's so profound. So I know it sounds really bizarre that finding a magnifying glass in a strange place, that's an image that you need to be aware of. But symbolically, I feel like it's you paying attention to how you feel about your work and how things are changing in the workspace and how it reflects on you. But I see you elevating, okay? The Death card is all about new beginnings, ending something in order to embrace something new. So whether that's a working practice or whether you're physically moving from a job and creating a new opportunity, or some of you are actually deciding to not procrastinate and are deciding to set up a second stream of income. But whatever it is, it's going to blossom and thrive into something really beautiful. This is evolution. So I see evolution in your career, progress, regeneration. If you felt a little bit lack of motivation or drive or even morale at work, because the heart can connect to the morale space, and how, you know, working together, sometimes it just feels like you're just working on like a hamster's wheel, and you're like, what am I working towards? Does it feel like I'm making an impact? And the answer is yes, you are making an impact, my beautiful Cancerians. And I feel like you're going to make changes in your working practice that reflects that, okay? We've got the Strength card. You are very strong at what you do. And if you've had any setbacks or any obstacles, you will overcome them. The Strength card is also about, there's an element of patience there, but it's an inner calm, a knowingness that you are awesome at what you do. Confidence, it is so important, okay, my beautiful Cancerians. Your guides want you to have confidence. Also, the Strength card is endurance, okay? They're showing me endurance. You're the sort of person, you never give up, okay? Everything happens in divine appropriate timing, and you have the courage to manifest miracles when you get this card, okay? So if it's almost like you're strong enough to move a mountain, you're strong enough to overcome an obstacle. So I feel like you are the perfect person to be very successful within the career that you've chosen. It's almost like, have you chosen the career, or has the career chosen you? Because I feel like you're necessary for whatever it is you've decided to do, okay? Remember, your ideas have worth. You have worth. Know your self-worth. Now, we've also got the Nine of Flames. The Nine of Flames indicates taking a slight pause to regroup your energy before proceeding. It can mean, you know, stop, wait, look around. Okay, investigate things further. So especially since you've got the owl there, and they've shown me a magnifying glass that is a symbol. I mean, you could literally see a billboard that's got a magnifying glass as a picture on it, or you could find a magnifying glass just on the subway. So look out for that. But the Nine of Flames is like you not giving up on something, but it's also you having healthy boundaries when it comes to work, implementing healthier working environment for yourself, not taking on too much, not overextending yourself, because you're pretty close to burnout, okay? So this is also a card of like reevaluating your circumstances. Questioning is very good, okay? Look carefully at all the paths that are available to you in this moment so that you can pick the best one that is meant for you and connects to your heart. And we've got the Ace of Feathers. So this is a real breakthrough. This is destiny and fate, the law of really good karma headed your way, that shows there's going to be some quick changes. If you felt like there's been a bit of stagnancy, or you're delaying a decision that you know you've needed to make for a long time, I feel like once you make those changes, everything starts happening and slotting into place really quickly, okay? The Ace of Swords is, or the Ace of Feathers is the same thing. You have a very powerful mind. You can negotiate better deals, negotiate better pay. You're really good at what you do. Words are your superpower. They are your, you know, the courage of conviction to speak your mind. You take accountability for everything that you do. And when you get this card, this is about being really honest with yourself, having clarity, knowing where you're going, okay? Now, for some of you, for example, if you've taken a little bit of time out, you've either burnt yourself out and you're exhausted, or you've actually had some sort of ailment, you've been unwell, you may have gone through some sort of procedure or needed to rest. Please take the time you need to rest. Don't go back too early because you feel there's responsibility on you, or that you need to. Your health is so important. They want you to be aware of that, okay? Health is wealth. They just said health is wealth. That's so true, so true, okay? And also we got the peacock feather, which is about your skills showing themselves off, okay? Your words are most important. They want you to be aware of, okay? But this is a card of triumphant breakthrough. So I feel there's an opportunity headed your way. It is a gift. Aces are gifts from the universe. So I feel like you'll hear some sort of news that is really sort of instrumental to your progress for your career, and you're moving forward. But the changes that you're making, whether it is you are learning new skills, even if it's you're doing it in secret, you're just doing it on your own, you're not talking about your skills, but all of a sudden you've acquired all these wonderful skills that are necessary for your job, you're going to be the go-to person, okay? And suddenly you're being elevated. So I feel you're putting yourself in a really good position. I'm just going to get some final cards for you. No. I just got, it's almost like I heard someone give me a question, which was like, what about the money? What about finances? Okay, so I'll pull some cards if that was you. I'm only taking the upright in this deck, just so you're aware. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you tell me about the finances? The Empress. Know what you truly deserve, and you will attract what you feel like you deserve. So remember that sentence. We often deserve more than we want. Well, you got success here, so I feel like success. I feel like there is a raise available for you. You're being raised up. The Empress is also about material gain, rewards for hard work. Something you've been working on already, that you've been nurturing, is also coming your way. Some of you may actually. I see you being very admired. If you are a parent, for example, people are admiring your work ethic and being able to look after your family as well. Okay, that's what they're showing me. The Empress indicates a very productive month. Very productive month where you're just doing a lot, multitasking. You will reap rewards. But what they're showing me here is there is some sort of good news headed your way that elevates you. So whether you're setting up your own business and you're really proud of yourself and you're going to attract a lot of attention to your product or your service, whatever it is that you deal in, I feel like you are being elevated. You're being raised up. As you can see, the Six of Wands is to be an influencer, or to be influenced, to be raised up, to be looked at, people admiring you, okay? And it is success. Stepping into the spotlight, being recognized for your skills, and also being appreciated for your skills. But the Seven of Pentacles tells me that you're working really hard, and long term it's going to be very, very financially viable. But in the now, I've got to be honest with you, the Seven of Pentacles is like you are being very discerning about how you use your money. You're being careful about how you use your money. So I feel like long term it's very, very beneficial, but in the now I feel like you've got a steady amount coming on in. Okay, and the Seven of Earth is also about looking at new strategies when it comes to making money, being at a crossroads. It's the same as like the Seven of Cups. Sevens tend to be a sort of like a self-evaluation period. So you've got the Seven of Cups, which is your choices. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, which tends to mean, is there an alternative route to make more money? Because what you're investing in right now is going to bear fruit, and a lot of it is going to be very financially rewarding. But in the present moment, you're looking at how can I make more? Okay, so some of you may take up that second stream of income and look at your talents and your gifts. To get the Empress and the Magician in your reading tells me you are like super gifted at what you do. You're so talented. Remember, you have these gifts and you are above any competition. So know your true worth, okay? Seven of Pentacles is also about finding, it's almost like reflecting on your progress and creating a strategy to be a little bit more time efficient or a little bit more energy efficient, where you change something, like tweaking the plan in order to have more time for you, but also to sort of reinvest that energy either into something else to manifest another opportunity. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles does mean that your money's going well, but it's almost like, it's a steady, you have enough, okay? You have enough, and you may be able to save a little. So I've got to be honest, that's what I'm picking up on, okay? So I'll just move on and get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? Can you please guide them what they're meant to see? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to know? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Spirit Angels. Can you please guide? Thank you so much. Wow, okay, so we got two cards here of legal. Justice and legal both have those symbols. The scales. So this is about finding balance, okay, between work and play. But also it says here, something in your life needs to be brought into alignment. Your career may be in law, such as the police, military, or in courts or the criminal justice system, or you be sure to be honest and ethical in money matters, or you'll face the consequences. So again, I always imagine you would be like ethical in everything you do, my beautiful Cancerians. I can't ever imagine you would do anything that was not. But I feel it is about not engaging in like this gossip thing, because I feel like you will be judged for it. So just be mindful of that, okay? Even if it's like social media, you're very opinionated and you want to write something about something, I would say be very diplomatic about the way that you do it, because I feel there's something here about being judged for something based on something you say. Now, I would never ever say, don't speak your mind. Always be authentic, okay? But I would say be diplomatic. And if it's gossip and it has the power to hurt another person, don't engage in it, because well, number one, it's not very nice, and number two, it will come back to bite you on the you know what. Okay, so that's just coming out there. Now, of course, some of those careers, not everybody's going to work in those careers, but I feel like it's about finding that balance and coming into alignment with your heart space. Okay, we've got legal. And it says here, you might have to take care of some legal matters relating to financial issues. You could receive money from some sort of legal matter, and this is a good time to handle any legal matters involving money. So as I said, you could be connecting to financial institutions, maybe learning about more how to protect your money, because I feel like you're, the Empress is a protector, just like the Emperor, and you've got the Emperor equivalent of the man there. So I feel like you're protecting all that you've made so far, especially because of world circumstances right now. I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position, and I feel like you're handling any contracts or any paperwork that is legal, that is necessary in order to staircase. So whether you're getting a new promotion, you have to sign a new contract, or whether you are actually setting up your own business and registering your business, you'll be signing legal papers. So I feel like this is something, it's like you're totally bossing up. You're doing the big adult stuff is what I feel, okay? We've also got networker, okay? So as I said, there's like this group energy about you. It says it may be time to create or reach out to your network of people who will help you. Consider a career in marketing, promoting, sales, or any professional networking job. Make the most out of the resources that you have to improve your finances. So again, I feel like, as I said, reaching out to, like, looking at videos online on YouTube, seeing how someone does it, and then, creating something similar in a framework, but actually implementing your own unique style. I feel like you're actually taking influences from other people during this period. And, your third house, I mean, this has got third house smacked all over this card, okay? So, and we've also got the people you spend the most time with shape who you are, okay? And you are a loving homebody. You love of course you love to travel and get, have exciting adventures, but your home is where your heart is, my beautiful Cancerians. And everything that you do, you think about your family or your soul tribe. Okay, that's what's so beautiful about you. But you will be very successful as you move throughout the next 4 to 5 weeks. Now I'm just going to get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? They were showing me a dragon earlier on the card, because I feel like you're going to have some sort of extra mystical energy over the next 4 to 5 weeks, where you feel connected to source. It's almost like if you felt exhausted recently, you're going to get this major power up of energy. We've got horse, freedom. And it says, your heart is pure and free. Oh, wow. That's exactly what I've been picking up in your reading. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. I mean, I wish I'd picked this card right at the beginning, because it eloquently says everything that this reading needed to say, okay? And it's just much more succinct and eloquent than I could ever be. But it's a beautiful card, and this is perfect for what I feel. You're making progress. You may be, making some changes. I feel like they're not as spontaneous, but I feel like they're well thought out changes that you're making. And we've also got puff-in partnership. So either some of you are partnering up in business, because you've got that Lovers card energy as well, or you're thinking about partnering up with a new company, for example, signing a contract to work with someone that you've wanted to work with for a while. It says, accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will always give you the best results. Okay, so puff-in partnership. And as I said, you're a really good team player, and people actually admire you. They may not tell you, but they do admire you and appreciate you as well. Okay. Okay, so we've got the human. Yeah, I can feel this, the human. So we've got the human rune, which is also about the self, being very modest, thinking something through, being very, very creative, and altruism, okay? You always do things for other people. You're always helping other people, and that's wonderful. Make sure that you involve yourself in that and have some self-care routines as well. Okay, don't take on too much. You're going to burn yourself out, my beautiful Cancerians. I do see a lot of progress and some breakthroughs on some new ideas, and yeah, very exciting time ahead. Yes, you'll be stable financially. You know, if you've got any worries or issues in that department, I feel like you will find a creative solution to those, and you will move through the next 4 to 5 weeks with power. Okay. So I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.